Rando mode time. Let's go ahead and get that in right now. Cool. Yo, Mamzelle won yesterday, by the way. That's awesome. So, good morning. Sorry that the beginning of the stream was really, really weird. Just funky kind of internet issues. I don't know what was up, but but yeah. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Everything's fine. Yeah, so we'll do this. Let's get this news. So the plan for today is, as the title states, we're not going to do Witcher 3. Okay, we're not going to do Witcher 3. We're just going to, we'll do the news. We'll do some chill games. We'll do a little bit of Fall Guys, probably some Rumbleverse. Maybe get a little bit of Apex in. We'll just have a good time. Anybody that wants to hop in, play around, we'll just try to get people in, play, and have a good time, okay? Have some chill weekend streaming stuff, all right? That's the play. Let's go ahead and work our way in here to the gaming news segment. Sorry, the stream was a bit wonky to start off this morning. I mean, we were dropping a ton of frames, like a ton of frames. That was really crazy. Here's what I'm going to do, though. Let me... Cool. There we go. Let's do this video gaming news finally. How about that? Let's go. Let's go. It's good to see you guys. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Gamer, you're not having to work today, right? No work. All right. Yeah, looks like we leveled out. Man, that was really weird. I've never seen my internet do that. Um, let's see what we can find here. Multiverse is worth playing. Are you interested in that kind of game? It's very popular. People are enjoying it. If you like those kind of Smash-esque kind of games, I would say probably worth playing. If not, probably not. Mr. Little Bat, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? We talked about this yesterday. Netflix is working on a cloud gaming service. Yep, we're aware. Alongside them dropping their games on their streaming platform, they're apparently working on a cloud gaming service. So we'll see how this works out for Netflix in the future. Doing good? Good, man. I'm glad. It's good to see you. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I was afraid we were going to have to shut down the stream there for a second and wait until this all worked out. They can always rely on you, huh, buddy? Sounds like you need a raise, man. Sounds like you need a raise. Xbox Series S still offers some fantastic games for free. Oh, yeah, waiting on daylight to do some yard work before you go to bed. Yeah. Right on. Right on. Yeah, we've talked about the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2 that is going to release in October with roughly 61 games. This thing looks pretty cool. We've talked about it, though. I'm not going to dive in there. Yeah, Doom 64 is free on the Epic Game Store right now. We talked about it yesterday as well. You can also get like a skin, cosmetic pack for Rumbleverse right now alongside it for free. We have to take a look at this. We're playing Witcher 3 right now. It's just weird that this came up. Witcher 3 10 memes that sum up Geralt as a character. I guarantee you, probably 9 out of 10 of these are already in our Discord server because of Tabot. But we'll take a look at these real quick, okay? I don't usually dive into these. It's just appropriate right now because we're playing the game during the week. Days Gone movie reportedly in the works. We'll take a look at that. Wait, what? What, gamer? Oh, you recently got one. Wait, what? A raise? And it wasn't even $2? Is that what you mean? You recently got a raise and it wasn't even $2 worth of a raise? This might be similar to what we read yesterday. High on Life game from Rick and Morty creator. This got delayed. We found out yesterday. Um, yeah, that's the same thing. So we're not gonna dive into that. We read that yesterday. Yeah, raise. Yeah, yeah. Lunch is on you. Cool, dude. Let's go. What are we having? What are we having on that massive raise you got, dude? I'm sorry that your raise wasn't better, dude. That sucks. Actually. Kind of a bleak morning for the video gaming news. New hit video game Cult of the Lamb is adorably unsettling. I yeah, yeah. I can't wait to play this game. This is probably the game we're gonna play after we finish Witcher 3. I want to play Cult of the Lamb very bad. It's got Twitch integration. It basically makes it to where all of you guys that are part of the community and want to be part of the playthrough can actually end up becoming part of the game. You can have characters in the game. You can actually adjust the way they look and their names and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty cool. As well as affecting the way the game plays out and stuff, too. We've already read about this, I think. Same developer. Chuck E. Cheese? Dude, let's go. They've got really good pizza, man. Plus, if you're lucky enough, you get stuck in a horror movie, animatronic horror movie. You know, yeah, what a workshop. Yep. Private division, not pirate division, private division. That's what was confusing me. I kept thinking pirate, not private. Um, yeah. Yeah, we already kind of read about this new Lord of the Rings game in the works. I'm not going to dive into that because we've already read about it. We know it's coming. Same developers from that made Hades and everything are making a new Lord of the Rings game, so could be really good. Oh, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits is coming to Steam. Cool. This is just speculative. A lot of this is going to come down to right now. Sony absolutely beats Microsoft in the console wars by about double currently. As of last gen, they are kind of blowing Microsoft out of the water. But Microsoft makes up for it with their subscription service they've had since 2016, I think 2017. They've definitely made up for it with the subscription service Xbox Game Pass, which Sony just now is kind of competing with. Also, Microsoft has always had the edge in software sales because they especially in the PC realm, because they release their games in PC, whereas Sony traditionally hasn't. Sony's trying to pivot into that, but Sony isn't going to normally be releasing day one where Microsoft always does. So, there's pros and cons there. A big thing that's going to change this, though, obviously, what we talked about a lot is the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft, because specifically some titles like Call of Duty will now, even though Call of Duty is still set to be, they're under contract for that game to still be released on PlayStation for the next 2 to 3 years. After that time, it won't. If Microsoft acquires Activision Blizzard, after that contract is up, it will no longer, it'll be a proprietary Xbox game, and it will sway an amount of people to buy Xbox over PlayStation. Do not kid yourselves. It will happen. Just for that game. Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars announced. We'll see what that is. What is this, dude? I just snorted, dude. Oh no. Why the metaverse has to look so stupid. Mark Zuckerberg may not have the tech yet, but it isn't stopping his plans for dominance. Where's that bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's at, dude? They should have put it right here or something. Or right on top of here. We'll read this. I don't know, dude. Apparently, there's a Starfield freebie available during QuakeCon. If you're interested, we'll take a look. Mark Zuckerberg. You know what I have a hard time with? You see people I don't know if you guys know who this individual is, Andrew Tate. There's been a lot of this individual has gained some notoriety, some popularity here lately. A lot of it surrounds the controversy in regards to uh, this individual's take on a lot of things in regards to society and you know, especially when it comes to um, being like male dominated, even into the realm of uh, being kind of really misogynistic, you know, thoughts, you know, and what I wonder quite often, I hear people say stuff like this, and I'm like, is this really the way people? You know, it's just wild to me. Is this really the way people think? You know, is this really the way people think, or is it just shock factor that they're after? You know, it's unfortunately sad that I think that there are a large amount of people in the world that just have these very very narrow mindsets in regards to a lot of ideas and worldviews and stuff like that. You talking about Vampire Survivors, dude? Is that the one you're talking about? Or V Rising? Those are two of the more recent ones we've been talking about. Um, or is it something different? I'll help you figure it out, whatever it is. Um, and I'm not going to dive into this because I'm not going to feed into the hype around this individual. I don't support whichever way it is. If it's actually this person's point of views, then I feel very sorry for him. If it's just for the hype factor, then that sucks. You know, that they figured out a way to get very popular on just, you know, promoting these terrible worldviews. Either way about it, it just sucks. And it's not, this is the only person that's doing it either, you know? So, yeah, a lot of consoles are really, I mean, hardware in general for gaming is just being, supply is coming back to meet demand. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Jetpack Joyride sequel released over 10 years later. There we go. We've already talked about the new Ghostbusters game coming out. Sounds like it could be cool. Yeah, Survivors. Okay, yeah. It's a cool little game. Cool little game. It's a game that you can chill with. I feel like it's not that it's not kind of intense at times, but the fact that you're not having to do too much really. It's an auto shooter, right? So all you're really doing is just moving around. It doesn't require too much out of you. It's a chill little game, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it very much. Yeah, we've talked about this game a lot. We might bring this up. I use this game as a reference quite often for, games that get kickstarted, supported by, backers and things like that have never come to fruition. Really, Star Citizen, man, has raised nearly $500 million at this point. The game still is not full release, guys. This game was supposed to full release in 2014. All right, gamer. Yo, have a great day at work, buddy, okay? Thanks for being here always, man. Be safe, dude. Have a great day. We'll stick with that. Let's see what we got here. Starfield freebie available during QuakeCon 2022. Starfield might not be at QuakeCon this year, but those planning on tuning in to Bethesda's annual showcase can at least come away with something from the game by the end of the event. Bethesda and Valve, excuse me, announced recently that Steam users can obtain a unique avatar for the PC platform that features a mashup of Starfield and some lovable pets by doing nothing more than tuning into some QuakeCon streams for a couple of minutes. Freebie in question is a Steam avatar profile picture referencing Bethesda's upcoming Starfield game. Takes the box art for the game, the image showing characters looking away from each other with a spaceship and a planet bisecting the artwork. Replaces those characters with dogs instead. It's called Barkfield, and for those wondering how the dogs fit into all this, the avatar is created as part of a QuakeCon partnership with the Dallas Pets Alive organization. The avatar artwork in question can be seen below on the shirt in the center advertised by the organization. The avatar itself does not say Barkfield on it. So we're talking about this one right here. That one. So you'll get this as like an avatar for your Steam profile, apparently. To get that avatar, start repping your Starfield fandom before the game releases. All you have to do is head to the Steam site here, where you'll see the real avatar itself. Watch some of the streams going on there. Specifically, Valve says you have to watch the QuakeCon stream for 10 minutes. By doing so, you'll get that and a couple more avatars, as well as an avatar border. There you go. If you're interested, get you a little bit of some low-key flexing for Starfield stuff on your Steam profile if you're interested. If Starfield ends up being a piece of crap, I don't know how much you're going to want to flex Starfield stuff on your profile, but until then, maybe. And if it ends up being good, then cool. Same thing with like how I feel about Diablo. Like they're like, get a free copy of Diablo 4 if you go get a Diablo 4 tattoo. You know, it's like, really? And people are going to do it, right? People are going to do that. So then you go get a Diablo 4 tattoo. The game comes out. If it's an absolute piece of trash, you're going to be running around with a Diablo 4 tattoo for a game that is absolute just nothing. But, you know, I feel like anybody that is sucker enough to buy into that gimmick, you know, you kind of deserve that. Especially from that company right now. Jetpack Joyride sequel released over 10 years later. Jetpack Joyride players who've been killing time with the game since 2011, as long as they don't put the tattoo on their forehead, I feel like that should have been the requirement. If you get a Diablo 4 tattoo on your forehead, we'll give you a free copy of the game. What's up, Bean? Jetpack Joyride players have been killing time with the game since 2011. Now have a new game to check out thanks to it. It has to be somewhere visible. It could be on your cheek. It could be your forehead. It could be your neck. You know what I mean? It has to be somewhere that isn't usually covered by clothing. Thanks to a sequel that's been released over 10 years later. Apple and developer Half-Brick Studios announced this week that, how you doing, Bean? That Jetpack Joyride 2 is now officially available on iOS devices via the Apple Arcade subscription service. This means that if you've already got an active subscription, the game's waiting on you to download. The new Jetpack Joyride 2 stars protagonist Barry Steak Fries. Dude, I would love some steak fries. Once more, who's outfitted again with a jetpack that sprays bullets and keeps him propelled in the air above foes. Another new character, Betty Beef Fries. Ooh, beef pies, excuse me. I would rather have beef pies. Served as an alternate avatar for Barry for those who want to change things up and who would rather eat beef than potatoes. I'm good. If you're talking, yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. Yeah, our internet, my internet was wonky, man. It was all over the place when I first started the stream this morning. I was dropping like half my frames. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to stream, but it leveled out, thankfully. So I'm good, man. I'm good. We're going to do a chill Saturday stream. Probably won't go super hard today. I've got some stuff I need to do, trying to get prepared for this trip coming up. So we'll get some cool community games in, man. We'll get this news done. And, yeah, have a good day. Have a nice, chill day. Once you hop into, thanks for asking, man. Once you hop into Jetpack Joyride 2, you'll be taken through a brief intro level to remind you of how things work if you've hung up your jetpack since the first game or you never played the mobile hit when it was released years ago. It's got jetpacks, guns, and baddies galore in the scrolling levels, and this time it's also got things like upgradable jetpack and more. Once you get into that upgrade mechanic, you'll see things like currencies appearing on screen. The good news is that since this is an Apple Arcade game, it features no in-app purchases or other microtransactions. So you won't have to worry about being peppered with offers to buy resources. It does feature some of the expected mobile elements like a battle pass-like system and a daily login reward. All right. If you're interested in Jetpack Joyride 2, it is available on the iOS devices via the Apple Arcade. All right, guys. Yeah, man. Yeah, it should be cool. Should be cool. Nice, chill day. Looks like it's going to be stormy for me too, man. Those are my favorite kinds of days. So, looks like we got a storm rolling in for the morning for a couple of hours, and then it'll be just cloudy again, and then another storm rolling in. Basically all night, dude. All afternoon and evening, anyways. Yeah, so it'll be a cool day, man. I love storms. Here we go, guys. Like I said, this is one of my go-to games for talking about how, you know, you have to be prepared for the fact of not everything that you're necessarily going to be backing or, you know, being a part of as far as helping a game get started as Kickstarter or whatever. You have to be ready for the fact that it just might not necessarily come to fruition, right? We talked about this the other day. I brought up Star Citizen as a prime example. This game was supposed to release in like 2014 or 2015, guys. And we're talking about a game that has raised, at this point, $500 million. $500 million! Woke back up after my shower. Yeah. And all they have are like playable modules, right? And one of the ways that they've the gimmicks they've kind of come up with in this game, which they've done for the longest time now, is like they started making ships right away, right? It was like there are these different kinds of ships, and this was like the thing they would do is like you buy this ship, this is a way to support us, and then you'll be able to use this will be like your ship in game. Dude, I'm talking some of them were crazy expensive. And they still are. And they've raised almost $500 million at this point for this game, and it's still not a full release game yet. They have like some modules you can play. That's it. Didn't crash till like 12:30. Oh, bro. Good night. What time do you usually wake up to go to work, man? You probably didn't sleep very long, did you? Star Citizen, the space trading and combat simulation title that has been in development since 2010. This game has been in development for 12 years now. Has raised almost $500 million from supporters. There is still no specified release window for this game. As you can see, there are no further funding goals for the game on its official website, not beyond $65 million, which is more than any game could ever aim for anyway. Board Gamer estimated that Cloud Imperium Games spent over $320 million, on development costs. 430? Yeah. On development costs in 2019. That feels bad, dude. I'm sorry. In 2019, including publishing and marketing, contracted developers, general administration, capital expenditure, and investments, and miscellaneous other costs. That's over half of its total raised, and ultimately the company has to start compensating its current deficits. It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. The most straightforward way to do so, some might argue, is release the game that it's been working on for the past 10 years. 12 years. Let's be very clear here. Here's the most recent trailer for Star Citizen. Too easy. It's difficult to discern the overall mood of the Star Citizen community too, as it is technically possible to give the game a go even though it's not out yet. There are two avenues in the game. The Aura MR or the Avenger Titan starter packs, which get you a digital download of the game as well as a gathering of other goodies for either $45 or $70. You'll also benefit from the regular patches and additions that the developer rolls out. Players are pleased with the visuals of the sci-fi epic. There's an entire salty subreddit for those who refunded their investment in the game. In October, Star Citizen will have been crowdfunded for a full decade. For a full 10 years, this game will have been crowdfunded. They are currently at over $494 million worth of crowdfunding. So if current trends continue, they are on track to hit $500 million before they hit that 10-year mark. No launch date in sight. There are a lot of games that are in early access at the moment, and that's a handy method to collect fan feedback and respond accordingly. However, these games are not Star Citizen, which has fielded lawsuits for the lack of return on fans' investment and continual snipes at the efficiency of the developer. This is, I've brought this up a lot. I think there are an amount of people that aren't actually aware that this is a thing. I can't remember the guy's name right now. One of the reasons this, let me pull up the wiki real quick. One of the reasons this became so popular and easily became a very, very well-funded project is because of Chris Roberts. Okay, so Chris Roberts was the developer of Wing Commander. The Wing Commander franchise, right? So, it was my Friday. Slept like 6 last night. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Yeah. It wasn't as big of a deal because you didn't really have to work today, right? So, that's good. So, there was a lot of hype around this new project for Chris Roberts. Very well known for being the, making the Wing Commander franchise and everything. And he had this grandiose idea of what Star Citizen was supposed to be, this environment and world, this sci-fi space kind of thing that was going to be developed. But this is what it's turned into, right? We're talking about a game that they had set, and look, a delay is a delay, right? But we're talking about a game that started development in 2010. And now, remember, the development of a game initially doesn't even entail any kind of graphical coding or development. Begins with project planning and things like that, right? Story, things, whatever is going to go in. You lay the groundwork. You lay up project goals and things before you really start getting into the gritty of stuff. So, but what they did is they set a goal of 2014 for full release, right? And now it's 2022. There's no full release. They've got these things called modules that you can play to experience parts of what are playable in the game. It's kind of like demos. From what I understand, it's more like demoing certain parts of what they want the game to be. And they've raised $500 million on this thing with no release date in sight. This is insane. Insane. So, if you don't know, now you know. And this is why I use this quite often, because we'll come across articles occasionally that talk about games that get kickstarted, right? And they don't make it to a full-fledged game, and then people get upset. They're like, I want my money back. I would say, that sucks. But nobody forced those individuals to put money into that game, to put money into that venture, and trying to. Is it fair? No. Be very careful with the way you decide to invest your money if it's in this or some other venture, right? If you're investing your money in some potential idea that, it doesn't end up coming to fruition, that's ends up what would be referred to as a bad investment, right? You're not always going to be able to just get your money back. This is something that is just the way the world works. And but this is why I use Star Citizen as an example of this quite often in the gaming industry, because it as time goes on, this just looks more and more like something that they've done to suck money out of people. And they've got some playable stuff, but it doesn't look like it's ever going to become a full game, you know? Kenna Bridge of Spirits is coming to Steam with a big free update. Kenna Bridge of Spirits developer Ember Lab has revealed that the popular title is set to receive a major free anniversary update that includes a number of new features on September 27th. Additionally, and perhaps most importantly for some folks, the title will officially release on the digital distribution platform Steam on the same date. The anniversary update specifically includes, for example, New Game Plus that will allow anyone that has completed the video game previously to start over with all of their unlocked upgrades, outfits, abilities, and so on from the beginning. That said, the combat encounters in New Game Plus have been redesigned and are more challenging. The free update will also include individually equipable charm stones, an exclusive new outfit for folks that have been published or purchased the deluxe edition, and more. New game mode called the Spirit Guide Trials, challenging player skills with a variety of replayable challenges across 3 different categories: obstacle course, wave defenses, and boss reflex. The description of one of the new additions reads, completing the Spirit Guide Trials unlocks outfits for Kenna, each one inspired by one of the characters she meets along her journey. Succeeding at bonus objectives within each trial can unlock color variations of each outfit, as well as some unique charm stones. Quote, Kenna might not be perfect, but it's far from what one might expect from a studio's first game. Our review of the PS5 version of the video game from last year reads in part, it's a spectacle to look at without being too long or too short, and it's one of the rare examples of a game that deserves a movie adaptation, not the other way around. Perhaps more than anything else, it's a game that sets the bar high for whatever Ember Lab wants to do next. As noted above, Kenna is set to get its free anniversary update and release on Steam on September 27th. It's available for PS5 and PC via the Epic Game Store. And again, will be on Steam on September 27th. Okay? Cool. Awesome. What I want to get is why just come out with it already if it's a big... if it's a big hit like they believe... I mean, are you talking about Starfield? You mean why don't they just like I have no idea what's going on within that company. You know, yeah. I mean, my speculation would be as good as yours is. You know, as to what like the issue is going on there. And like I said, I mean, as far as I can tell, it just seems like a big schemaz. I mean, I think obviously they've gotten a good amount of development done on the game, but dude, it's been 12 years. They should have a great amount of development done on the game. It should be full release. It should be a full release game that they are adding a massive amount of content to, like probably every 1.5 to 2 years. You know what I mean? Instead of it being this game that has just some playable module demo kind of stuff in it, you know? That's what I have no idea. It just seems like a big scam, you know? That's all I can come up with. Seems like a big scam. Seems like they just keep taking people's money and saying, we're working on it. You know? It's crazy. And what's nuts is, I mean, I remember whenever this was like big news that Star Citizen was like announced becoming part of development. They were looking for help kickstarting it, and you could buy the ships and everything. At the very least, look again. I mean, a delay is a delay. We understand delays, right? but at the latest, if they, you know, in the early part of development, you know, 2010, they were like, we should, you know, our aim is 2014. The latest this game should have probably come out full, because this was a very far-reaching kind of endeavor, right, for a video game, especially at that time. I would say the latest it should have full released was probably 2016. If they needed to push back a couple of years because they're like, look, we want to make this the best it is. It's a very, you know, we just need more time to make sure it's the best it can be for you guys, you know. I think there still would have been some backlash, but probably as long as they were still pushing out some stuff that was playable for people to understand where they were going with the project, you know, that's one of the things I try to get across to people is, you know, communication is key. And I don't think that the gaming community is going to be nearly as harsh on a company for, especially games that are like kickstarted and have like a lot of backers for and everything. I don't think that a company is going to receive near as much backlash as long as they are pretty transparent about what's going on within this process. If things need to be delayed and everything, you know. Yeah, I mean, we're talking. If 16 should have been the latest, we're talking 6 years after that point, you know, at this point. And 8 years after the date or the year that they had actually even come up with for themselves. So, unacceptable, right? And, I mean, what else can you gather from that other than the fact that, and they're not being transparent. They're not saying anything like, you know, about why it's taken so long or what the date is that they are planning on full releasing this or anything. It just seems like a scam. By the way, what other game has raised $500 million? You know? $500 million for a single game. Insane. That's insane. While Chris Roberts probably out driving around, you know, every day just, you know, in a Bugatti or something, you know, a McLaren, and, you know, flipping, you know, mojitos on some beach, not even giving a crap because his bank account's fat, you know? It's terrible. Again, I'm making an assumption there, but it doesn't seem like I'm probably very far off, does it? So, Kenneth's coming to Steam, guys, September 27th. Very cool. Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars announced. A new original story starring the one and only Cal Kestis is on the way as Lucasfilm has announced Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars. A new novel by author Sam Maggs and published by Del Rey that is set between the events of the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and the upcoming sequel, Survivor, is set to release on March 7th, 2023. Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars, a new novel from Del Rey, written, finds Order 66 survivor Cal Kestis leading the Mantis crew on an adventure set between the critically acclaimed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and the anticipated Jedi Survivor. The official description of the upcoming novel reads, what exactly reads? The official description of the upcoming novel reads, what exactly the new book will cover remains to be seen. Beyond the logo, an official final cover has not yet been revealed. Star Wars Jedi Survivor picks up 5 years after the events of Jedi Fallen Order. An official description of the upcoming video game sequel reads, Cal must stay one step ahead of the Empire's constant pursuit as he begins to feel the weight of being one of the last remaining Jedi in the galaxy. Accompanied by his trusted companion BD-1, Cal will meet and ally himself with an array of unique and interesting characters on his journey. Jedi Survivor will expand on the series' dynamic combat in new and innovative ways. In order to survive, Cal must learn new skills and grow his connection with the Force. In addition to Battle Scars, it was also announced that Dark Horse will publish an art book for the Star Wars Jedi Survivor titled The Art of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, as one might expect. The book will chronicle the development of the game, collecting concept art and creator commentary in an oversized full-color hardcover. The art book will specifically release on May 2nd, 2023. It, too, does not yet have a finalized cover. So Battle Scars will release on March 7th, 2023. And Survivor is set to release on May 2nd, 2023. So the game, which is Survivor, is supposed to be releasing for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC at some point in 2023. A previous leak has indicated it too could release in March, but probably a grain of salt there, okay? Don't hold your breath, more than likely. But there you go. If you guys want to read more about that, we got Star Wars fans up in here. There you go. All right. Why the metaverse has to look so stupid. Mark Zuckerberg may not have the tech yet, but it isn't stopping his plans for dominance. To hear it from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, in just a few years, the entire world will be able to step inside a virtual reality utopia where they can live their best lives. Remote work meetings that put everyone in the same room, immersive rendezvous with far-flung friends, raves. You want to go to a rave virtually? Isn't a big part of like partying like actually being there with people? Shopping sprees, card games that for some reason involve a space robot. All of this is supposed to be possible in the metaverse. The concept of a shared virtual world that Facebook so wants to dominate that it gave itself a new name. Meta thinks the metaverse is the next evolution of the internet, and it wants to be at the forefront of it. There's already a problem, though, as Zuckerberg showed off aspects of his company's metaverse offerings this week. Many users chimed in with the preliminary reviews. This whole virtual universe thing looks like butt cheeks. Check it out. Facebook spent $10 billion on metaverse projects in 2021. The graphics look like they came out of a computer game developed in 1997. Yep. Yeah, it looks like something out of one of the first Sims games or something. Not even that good, I don't think. Uh, dude, this tweet. I just realized the entire reason nobody has lower torsos or legs is so nobody can have sex in the metaverse. That's actually hilarious. Latest round of art criticism came after Zuckerberg announced the expansion of Meta's Horizon Worlds VR platform to France and Spain on Tuesday. Horizon Worlds, a free online game you can access using Oculus Quest headset, most prominent manifestation of the company's metaverse initiative. The game launched to the public in the US and Canada back in December after years of beta testing, name changes, and controversies over user conduct and safety. Horizon Worlds had reportedly gained 300,000 users by February, and desktop and mobile versions are on the way. Meta also plans to release an enterprise VR headset currently known as Project Cambria later this year, perhaps hoping to capitalize on the late pandemic resilience of remote work. It all might add up to be the biggest pivot in Facebook's history since the advent of mobile, and yet the whole thing looks about as bleak and lifeless as the time Zuckerberg was photographed in full-face sunscreen.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Whoa! Miss Bat, wow, incredible. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. What's up, Miss Bat?
Meta who?
Got the family. Yo, thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Bat. Incredible. Thank you very much. Meta who? Yeah, exactly. My sentiments exactly. You nailed it. What's up? What's up, my friend? Happy Saturday. How are you? Netizens were quick to compare the look of Horizon Worlds to that of video games from the turn of the millennium. Blocky, blurry, rudimentary. Of course, many of the cultural flashpoints they reference, The Sims, exactly like I said, yeah. Tired? I think Mr. Lil Bat is tired as well, yeah. It's a trend. I'm tired too. I think it's just a tired Saturday, man. Plus, it's like stormy here, so it makes me just want to like chill out, take naps, you know? Yeah. Nintendo's Mii avatars, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing video were beloved and popular in their time, and in some cases still are today. The Dunk Fest pointed more toward the fact that Meta has shoveled more than $13 billion into VR development, a sum that company doesn't expect to earn back for years. While the core product looks like it wouldn't pass muster on a PlayStation 2, what's more, you don't even get a lower body in the metaverse or even a useful nose. Yeah, he's been up all night, just woke up. Yeah, he's going hard, man, going hard. Inquiring minds really do wish to know why Facebook's grab some Java. I can't go without it. Yes, just gotta get that coffee. Where's the coffee? Inquiring minds really do wish to know why Facebook's virtual world looks like that, especially when there are other metaverse options out there. A Forbes contributor wondered whether Zuck even realizes these spaces look awful. A Hacker News poster asked, "Is there no art director? Why is there no lighting?" There may actually be a good answer to these questions given the current state of the tech. The metaverse or any large online immersive virtual world may work better for more people if it looks worse. At least that's what some have surmised. Hacker News commenter responding to the art director question analyzed the processing power of Metaverse's VR gear and concluded it wasn't just strong enough for a more visually complex product. Lighting, textures, transparency, and many of the effects that make things look good in modern games at the resolution and frame rate required for smooth VR can't currently be done on a $400 headset, the user wrote. Or as Slate's Vice President of Technology Greg Lavelle put it to me, in layman's terms, you can't wear a PS5 on your face. Okay, yeah. There's a cup left. Mr. Little Bat sitting there with the entire pot. Like a portrait, there's a cup sitting on the counter. He's sitting there with the entire pot of coffee. He's just drinking. I'm just playing. A small headset being unable to handle such a wild world, at least, at least just yet. Compared with the capabilities of a gaming console you view through a screen is certainly plausible. It's also likely we can't get an accurate perspective on the metaverse from a social media screenshot since the actual experience is about the immersion. Horizon developers claim to Digiday that the game's interface is far more usable than Epic Games' Unreal Engine for game development, which has a tool for crafting VR spaces. He says, yup. Besides the game Roblox, which would fit some definitions of the metaverse, has clunky graphics and glitchy controls, but commands 50 million daily active users. Certainly, some visual weirdness can be overlooked if the UX is otherwise a blast. One Redditor wrote back in December that when it comes to the visual components of VR, they don't have to be realistic, but they have to hold the user's interest. Yeah. Although the same user was critical of Horizon's World's success on even that score. Diami Virgilio, a doctoral candidate at the University of Pennsylvania's Annenberg School for Communication who studies digital culture and has written about the metaverse for Slate, offered two more reasons for Horizon World seeming under development. One being accessibility. For new users who may be struggling with motion sickness or disorientation in VR, keeping it simple is beneficial. Horizon World seems keyed to users who are more likely to be overwhelmed or alienated by some of the other social apps. The other factor Virgilio noted is that Horizon Worlds is far from the end-all be-all of Meta's VR plans, well, of course, but merely a first offering and likely a strategic one. Seems to be mostly a social sandbox to learn about what users are most interested in for the sake of future profits, he wrote. Primary value of Horizon Worlds is developing a cadre of builders and influencers who will evangelize the metaverse vision to others and create experiences that Meta can use in its promotional materials, a free laboratory for the company to learn what kind of digital objects users want and are willing to pay for. Yeah, that makes sense. All of which say Facebook's meta venture will not be limited to the textureless, legless avatars we see bopping around today. They look like me avatars, or like Wii avatars. You know what I mean? Like the me Nintendo Mii's. If the company most visible project in the space looks awful, it's likely because the tech is still in the works. Wants to pull users into the space on a meta-owned platform as soon as possible, and to learn from them. Plus, if we know anything about Zuckerberg, it's that he certainly pays attention when the internet makes fun of him. But given his company's ambition penchant for ruthless tactics and considerable VR investment, way too early to assume that Facebook's bid for the metaverse will wind up being a joke. All right, we'll see what comes, man. They're just torsos with heads. It's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of what was read there would make sense. I still like that they're getting ripped for it. Yo, Sekiro, what's up, buddy? What's up? I still like that, I'm not a fan of that company at all. Like, call it what you want. It's Facebook. They've changed their name to Meta. You can call them, happy, happy, joy, joy, rainbow, unicorn, fluffy kitten. I don't care what you call them. That company sucks. And they're scummy. So I'm never going to be terribly upset about seeing them get ripped for something like that. Xbox, Sekiro, what's up, buddy? Xbox Series S deal offers some fantastic games for free. There's a pretty fantastic deal going on right now for the Xbox Series S that includes a combination of a discount on the console itself and a free game with some big AAA options. If you're not dead set on a PS5 or Xbox Series X, but you are interested in playing some next-gen games and or getting into Game Pass, this is something you won't want to miss. It's time of writing. You can score a $10 discount on the Xbox Series S with a free game, digital code. That includes titles like Madden 23, F1 22, Far Cry 6, and more directly from Microsoft for roughly $290 US. However, you can also score the deal here on Amazon and here at GameStop for $300. With a wider selection of games that includes Elden Ring, Halo Infinite, and Forza 5. At Best Buy, you can take advantage of the deal by adding Xbox Series S to your cart, then adding a digital game. In most or even all cases, the game will turn up in your cart as free. A few issues to keep in mind here. The Series S lacks a disk drive with only 512 gigs of onboard storage, expandable, less powerful than the Series X, targets a resolution of 25 or 1440p at 120 frames. That's not bad though. So you're not 4K gaming, but that's still good. They have been addressing the memory issues, which has been really good for developers as well. On the plus side, the Series S is also an ideal way to get into Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass gaming service. You can try out for only $1. Allow you to play hundreds of games on your console, PC, and mobile devices with new games added on a regular basis. You'll also be able to play Xbox Game Studios titles the same day as release, as well as score exclusive deals. If you're interested, guys, I'm going to throw this in chat. All right. You're going to buy a Series S? Yeah? Okay, cool. Well, might not be, if you're looking to get one now, might not be a bad time. Otherwise, look, this is what I'll say. It is the end of August, right? So keep this in mind, guys. Also, look, I'm going to promote a couple of things here. I'm not sponsored, but I'm going to promote a couple of things. A lot of you have heard me say it, but first of all, keep this in mind. It's the end of August, right? We've got roughly 3 months until big sales start happening across the board for all kinds of things, but especially for electronics, gaming stuff, computers, consoles, you name it. That's when Black Friday hits, right? Especially here in the States. So keep that in mind, okay? If you're not pressed to buy anything right now and you can hold off for a few months, I would say do that. Because while there might be a few deals you can get now, like this one currently, you're probably going to score a better deal if you can wait a few months. Black Friday time, man, it gets really, really crazy with the amount of deals you can find on, especially electronics. Oh, a few months, yeah. Then I would say keep your eyes open around that, late November to through the end of December time frame. You'll probably be able to find a really good deal on one. Here's my other thing. I'm gonna promote this site real quick for you guys that aren't familiar. Slick Deals. This is a great site. Let's scroll down there real quick. Slickdeals.net is a great website. It's a community-driven site that basically, I'll just go into gaming real quick, video games. It's a community-driven site, okay, that basically people find good deals. They post them up on this site, and you can see, like, this is on Woot, this is on GameStop, this is Humble Bundle, this is Best Buy, all kinds of different websites to buy stuff on, right? And you'll see that, like, the thumbs up right here are people that think this is a good deal. And the more thumbs up usually means the better of a deal it is. You can also go in here. You can see Target right now. They've got a deal on. And you can also see, like, popular deal. They get tagged as popular deals. They get tagged as a front page deal, which usually means that's a pretty good sign. That's a pretty good deal. Right here, you've got Target selling like a Xbox Series S, right? And then you can look at, they've got comments on here too, right? So you can go through here and look at what people are saying about this specific product, as well as what kind of, what this deal has to offer, right? So what I would say is slickdeals.net is a fantastic site. If you're in the market to buy anything, it's especially when because nowadays, if anybody does a sale, if Amazon does Prime Day sale, then Target's going to start doing a sale, Walmart's going to start doing a sale, Best Buy's going to start doing a sale, all kinds of online retailers start doing sales because they all want to get in on that action, right? So it's a really nice site that you can just go to and look for whatever you're in the market to be buying, whatever product you're looking to be buying at the time. You can find the best price for that product, okay? Oh, yeah, there's an app for it too. Absolutely. I've got it on my phone. Yep. Sekiro. So, PlayStation or Xbox? That's going to be a very subjective question. I think you've already gotten Miss Bat's reply. You've gotten her opinion, right? Sekiro, this is what I'll say, buddy. The best thing you can do is check into, educate yourself on what each one of those products provides, and to get an idea of maybe which console is going to fit your interest the best, right? Through my history of being a gamer, I have gravitated more towards being a PlayStation console enthusiast player. I, in the past, have not had a great experience with the quality of Xbox products. I have had Xbox consoles break down on me quite often. And that's why I ended up staying away from them. But I'm talking about like early Xbox consoles, right? And now I've heard different things, right? We've got a very prominent community member here in Gamer Extreme that has been on Xbox Game Pass for a long time, switched over to PlayStation Plus and was enjoying it, and now is going, well, now I think I'm going to go back and I'm just going to use both, right? Literally just getting Xbox because that's what all my friends play on. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, though, right? I mean, you're going to do both, yeah. As far as if you're looking at a console just solely based on maybe which streaming service or which subscription service is better, do your research, Yeah. Let's say PS5 is better. I'm going to be completely honest here. and say that, like, right now, I don't have a new gen console. And if I was going to grab one, I would probably be going for a PS5. But that's just because that's who I've traditionally stuck with in the past. But let me say this, okay? I'm going to throw something out here and just give everybody a bit of where I'm at right now in regards to my feelings in between PlayStation and between Xbox, okay? I've become much more aligned with Xbox as of recent, especially in part to do with who is running Xbox as their CEO in Phil Spencer, okay? That individual continually says stuff and is quoted saying stuff that I find to relate to me as a gaming enthusiast, right? Which means something to me. Whereas I don't see that from Sony very often. And I see Xbox trying to do things with their consoles to basically say thank you to the consumers who have been loyal to them over the years, whereas Sony isn't really doing that, okay? So Xbox tries to make their consoles backwards compatible to a great extent. They're also in the process of implementing a technology that will allow you to scan your old discs and add them to your account as owning that digital copy. So you won't have to buy it. You'll just have to rescan your copy of your old Xbox hardware, your old Xbox optical discs occasionally for them to just keep re-verifying that you own it. You know what I mean? Whereas PlayStation's all about like not being very friendly to their loyal consumers in that way. And they're more about like, well, we would just prefer you buy that digital, copy of the old game you already own, or, buy into our subscription service or what have you. So I think there are things to take into consideration here, right? And I've got to tell you that I am starting to lean more in line with a lot of what I'm hearing and finding out about and reading about how Xbox is conducting their business. I enjoy Sony products. I always have. I have a Sony TV. I feel like they build very quality products. A lot of what you buy with Sony is the name as well. Don't get me wrong. But I've never really had any issue with their stuff. So I think the best thing you can do is educate yourself on what is going to be better for you. I think Miss Bat nailed it. I think a large part of it is, do you have a lot of friends that play on a specific console? Because if that's the case, you're probably going to have a better time playing on that same platform, right? Where you can play with those individuals, right? Because most of the time, games aren't going to be, in large part, cross-platform just isn't a thing for most titles. Occasionally, right? Occasionally. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sekiro. Yeah, basically right now for PlayStation, if you want to play your old PlayStation games, you either have to get an old console out. Or that's basically what you have. Either you have to own a PS5 to play PS4 games on it as well. You have to own a first edition model of a PS3 to play PS1 and PS2 games on it. Or you have to own that specific console. And it's just the fact, I think that's one of the things that turns me off about the PlayStation so much is that they have the capability and the technology to incorporate backwards compatibility on their PS5 across all their old platforms, all their old consoles except PS3, and they just won't do it. And it feels bad to me. It feels bad to me. Switch buying games for 60 that I could have bought for under 20 at GameStop a lot of years ago. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things too is, for me on Switch, I still buy physical copies as much as possible. I still buy physical copies of games as much as possible on my Switch. I think there's still something to be said. Obviously, all my PC games are digital nowadays. And but I think there's something to be said for having an amount of a physical collection still, because you start dealing with DRM issues, right? And check this out. If you're not familiar, GOG platform for PC doesn't use DRM, but most platforms do use DRM, which means that even if you're playing a single player game and you own the digital copy, you will not be able to start that game even if it's downloaded on your system, because it will not connect to that platform's servers. So, if you don't have an internet connection and you only own the digital copy and the platform you're playing on incorporates DRM, then you will not be able to play that game even if it's downloaded. You own the digital copy, it's downloaded, it doesn't matter. You won't be able to connect to their servers, you won't be able to play that game. Or at least be able to experience a lot of the things the game has to offer. Right? So, I think there's something to be said for still maintaining an amount of a physical library on certain platforms. The physical copies are too small for you to want to buy them. They're so cute, though. So I don't know. I think a lot of it is just there's for determining what kind of platform you want to play on, console wise and everything, or buy or purchase, and you know, I think some of it's personal preference. I think obviously, you know, PlayStation and Xbox are much more aligned with the kinds of titles they offer, and then Nintendo, you're talking about, you know, they've got a whole different kind of, you know, thing going on. Nintendo's always kind of been like that, though, right? Oh yeah, Miss Bat, yeah, that's true. But in regards to PlayStation versus Xbox, I think it's just going to be about personal preference, and but I think there's something to be said for. I'm telling you, Phil Spencer, this individual. This is the individual that is the head of Xbox, right? And every time I see a quote or hear this guy talk or anything, he just he literally came out here recently and was quoted as saying, "The game I am currently most anticipating playing, upcoming game, is God of War Ragnarok." That's a PlayStation proprietary game. That's not an Xbox game. That's their rival's game. He just speaks the truth, man. It seems like, you know, to me anyway. He's not afraid. He just is a true gamer. He's a very good businessman as well. But, I mean, that's coming from the head of Xbox that came out as a quote saying that he wants the, you know, dude, I do too, Miss Bat. I do too. And I can't wait to play the new God of War. But I think that says something about an individual, right? The head of Xbox came out and said, the game that I'm most anticipating playing right now is God of War Ragnarok. That is a PlayStation game, you know? And that's their rival. So that just shows you, to me, just drives home how much of a video game lover this individual is. And there's been a lot of other great stuff I've heard this individual say, and the way that he's trying to take Xbox and heads that company. And I think there's something to be said for that. And it really makes me gravitate more towards Xbox nowadays than I ever have in the past. So I would say do your research. It's the best I can say about that kind of thing. Yeah. But I think I posted this. I probably ranted about this subject long enough. I think I posted this cell, but there it is. We are playing Witcher 3 right now during the week, right? So this article came up in the news. We probably have almost every single one of these memes in our Discord right now because of our buddy Tabo. But I figured it was appropriate to go ahead and pull this up, take a quick look at it, okay? 10 memes that sum up Geralt as a character. When mom asked you to kill the spider in the bathroom, let's talk about my reward first. That's actually hilarious. Oh, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has recently received news about an upcoming remastering, which aims to celebrate the video game's 7th anniversary. Fans are getting excited all over again to play The Witcher's iconic protagonist, Geralt of Rivia. While Geralt is obviously controlled by whoever is playing the game, there are plenty of cutscenes and bits of dialogue that define The Witcher as a unique character of his own. along with how he acts in gameplay. Yeah, okay. Wow, I didn't know that it was getting a remaster. They're working on the fourth right now, though. So why remaster the third right now? I don't think it needs it. Just focus on the fourth. Think about the new MW. You talking about Modern Warfare? Is that what you're talking about, Sekiro? Because they're remaking. Are you talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Geralt versus monsters. Yeah, I haven't seen much about it yet. I mean, we've hit on it a couple of times in the news. I haven't seen much about it. I'll take a look because I mean I played that game back in the day, you know, and I'm kind of torn here because here's my thing. I'm kind of like boycotting Blizzard right now. Um, and the fact that you know it's tough because Activision Blizzard they're basically the same company, you know, and so um, I don't know where I'm standing right now on that front. Um, I want to check it out, and while it's an Activision game and not a Blizzard game, Activision Blizzard's the same company, and I don't know. I'll probably check it out. I for sure right now I'm not playing Blizzard games. This community knows it. It's personal choice. Just morally and ethically, as a video game lover and somebody who grew up with Blizzard games, uh, everything that I've come to know about who that company has been for roughly the past decade. Try Days Gone. Yeah, I should. I need to. Yeah, I need to. We've actually got Days Gone article coming up, dude. Give me a second. Um, Again, I just and with everything they did with Diablo Immortal and everything, I'm just so over Blizzard right now. That's why I want Microsoft to buy them. I'm hoping Microsoft will actually do a good job at turning that company back into something decent. But I'll probably play the new Modern Warfare. I'll probably try it out. Yeah, I haven't played a Call of Duty game in a long time, but the fact that they're remaking Modern Warfare, like I kind of want to see what it's like. I hope they do a decent job of it. Uh, Dude, this is so true. I talk about this all the time. Geralt versus monsters, and then a 6 foot drop. Dude, it doesn't even need to be 6 foot. Yeah, gravity is absolutely terrible in this game. The bane of his existence, I fear no man. Yeah, hates portals. Hates portals. Amir, you have to find Siri. Yennefer, you have to find Siri. Geralt. Playing Gwent the whole time. Yeah. Geralt versus Waterhag. Swear jar. When mom asks you to kill it, yeah, we saw that one. That one's good. Pass the oysters. Geralt literally, anytime he has to go to a social gathering. I really wish I weren't here right now. Missing Yennefer. To kiss or not to kiss Triss. The unicorn, dude. Nice. My best friend made a The Witcher 3 meme. I find it hysterical. I had to share it here. You trying a loot, Geralt. So, anyways, I lighted up candles. Yep. Geralt restores a village. Villager, thank you, Witcher. God's bless you. 5 minutes later, villager, mutant scum, murder. Yep. Geralt do be making bank from tragedies. Someone's whole family is brutally torn to shreds by a monster. Geralt stonks. Yeah, that's pretty good. What do you think of DBZ and Fortnite? I talked about this the other day. I don't play Fortnite, you know. I think a lot of people have like this real. I feel like most people are either like Fortnite sucks or they love Fortnite. You know, I think that's the way most people feel. And for me, I don't play Fortnite. I never have. It's never really been something that has interested me. It's never piqued my interest. So I've never taken a dive into it. But I respect Fortnite for what it is, for what it's done for the gaming industry. And it's a very, very genre-defining game as far as battle royales go. I respect the game for what it is, and whenever people bring it up, they're like, people go, the game's trash, whatever. I'm like, well, I can't really comment on that because I've never played it. It doesn't pique my interest, but I respect the game for what it is, right? As far as Dragon Ball Z being in Fortnite, this is something that a lot of games do, right? And I compared this the other day for snot-nosed children. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, there's no doubt about the fact that Fortnite appeals to a younger audience, right? But any kind of online competitive, online service, multiplayer competitive environment, there's an amount of toxicity that comes along with it. I feel like younger audiences tend to be more toxic. They feel like they haven't had an amount of a beat down in life yet, Life hasn't gotten a hold of some of those kids yet. So sometimes, yeah, younger audiences seem to be a bit more rough. But the whole, introducing, different kinds of, like what Fortnite's doing right now with introducing Dragon Ball Z mashup into their, their cosmetics and stuff like that for their game. They just did it with Wolverine as well. They do it with a lot of stuff. They've done it with movies, things like that. I think it's a good marketing move on their part. What it does is brings people into the game that wouldn't maybe necessarily play the game, right? And it's a good move on their part. And you see it happen with other games too, for Fortnite. Like I brought this up here recently. Now, what I'll say is, you talk about a game like Magic the Gathering, right? Magic the Gathering has a very big following. It's a trading card game, digital trading card game as well. And they have recently started doing a Fortnite mashup where they've got Fortnite themed cards. I think that's a huge turnoff for traditional Magic the Gathering card players. But I think they're trying to appeal to a different kind of audience. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of different games do it. I think it's usually a pretty good play if it's done correctly. And, dude, people love DBZ. People love DBZ. I love DBZ. Or Dragon Ball in general. Dude, I'm a Vegeta fan. I love Vegeta. So I think it's a really smart play on their part. I do. I think it brings people in that haven't maybe played the game in a while. And I think it brings new players in. I think it's really smart on their part. Is that what you were looking for? That's true, Sekiro. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually going to copy that. Give me 1 second. Where is there we go. It's in the memes channel now. All right, guys, here it is. This is the last article I have for the morning. Okay. If you guys have any other news as far as the video game industry is concerned that I haven't hit on today or in previous articles, or even if you're not sure that you have something that is pertinent for us to discuss, let me know in chat and I'll address it after I finish this article. Otherwise, we'll just sum this up. This will be our last article, and we'll move on to some gaming stuff for the day, okay? Days Gone movie reportedly in the works, okay? Days Gone is reportedly getting a movie adaptation, much to the surprise of gamers everywhere. Days Gone was a 2019 PS4 exclusive that later came to PC. Got mixed reviews from critics, but sold over 9 million copies, which made sure a number of gamers played it. Sadly, a lot of those people got fairly upset when it was reported that a sequel to Days Gone had been axed by Sony, leading to developer Bend Studios to go to work on yet another new IP. Days Gone followed a lone biker in the Pacific Northwest after a zombie apocalypse tore the world apart and separated him from his one true love. Despite its mixed reviews, the story was one of the more well-regarded elements. Yo, I think our buddy Byzantine has been playing Days Gone here recently. No. I'm not offended, Sakura. No. No. I'm not offended, buddy. No, you're good. You're good, man. No, I thought it was funny. With that said, Deadline is reporting that Sony Pictures has already lined up a team to bring Days Gone to life for the big screen. The report compares the movie to a Western, and the script will be a love ballad to motorcycle movies. Outlanders and Bloodshot actor Sam Heughan is supposedly circling the movie, likely for the role of protagonist Deacon St. John, and X-Men First Class writer Sheldon Turner is writing a script. Unclear who will be directing this movie, but if an actor and writer are already lined up, it's likely a director isn't too far behind. Marks yet another PlayStation adaptation after Uncharted was a smash hit at the box office earlier this year and continues to make waves on Netflix. As of right now, no release window has been teased for the film, but Sony is stacking up its lineup of adaptations. In 2023, we will get an HBO TV series that adapts The Last of Us, as well as a feature film for Gran Turismo. Beyond that, there's also a movie for Ghost of Tsushima, a Netflix series for the Horizon games, and a God of War Amazon TV series. As well as like Fallout. And dude, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff being made. Needless to say, Sony is pretty serious about adapting its games into live action. Okay? Cool. If you are interested in checking out a bit more in regards to that, here you go. That's in chat as well. Cool. Good news segment. As always. Thank you guys. I appreciate you very much. It's always a pleasure, dude. I love staying current on what's going on in the industry and discussing this kind of stuff with you guys. So thank you, first and foremost, for everybody that was here as part of this segment today. Shout out to Miss Bat for the 3-month resub, my friend. Thank you very much. And to everybody that's just part of this community always, you know, and helping to create such an amazing environment and place for all of us to hang out and be a part of this. It's really a testament to you guys that creating such an amazing place for all of us to hang out and do this together. So on that note, we're going to head over and start playing some games, just rando, fun, chill games, probably with some of the community today and stuff like that. But I'll say that if you are viewing this content on YouTube later on and you're enjoying what we're doing here with the news stuff, video gaming news, do me a favor, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and all these other amazing individuals here in the community when we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, and we start off our streams with video gaming news, okay? Also, consider hitting that like and subscribe button for me, and I don't know. Yeah, just have a great weekend. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for August 21st edition of Video Gaming News, all right?